And our last speaker is another good friend of mine, MarceyRader. Can't remember your last unplugged vacation? Tired of your family feeling more connected to a device than each other? MarceyRader believes that health powers productivity. As the founder of Rader Co., she helps individuals and teams banish burnout through practical tools and sustainable habits. Marcy is a multi-certified, multi-award-winning health and productivity strategist, a digital wellness practitioner, and a 4-time author. She has spoken on 5 continents, is a TEDx speaker, and is part of the 1% of speakers worldwide with the Distinguished Certified Speaking Professional designation. Her book, Work Well, Play More, was named one of the top 3 books of 2023 by the Brainy Business. Her next book, Reclaim Your Workday, Sustainable Productivity Strategies for the New World of Work, will be released in January of 2025. Off camera, Marcy is married to Kevin, a professional drummer and drum teacher. She lives in East Raleigh, where you can find her doing walking meetings, drinking iced coffee, or eating Brussels sprouts named after her at Mookie's New York Deli. Please welcome MarceyRader.
Imagine with me, it's the day before your vacation. You're buried in emails and scrambling to pack. But then the day finally is here. You feel the sand between your toes, you hear the waves crashing, and you hear the sound of your phone buzzing. If this is your reality, you are not alone. In our hyper-connected world, vacations can sometimes feel like a chore on our to-do list. And some of us feel more stressed when we get back because of the workload waiting for us. We have lost the art of being present. But there's good news. With just a few guardrails in place, you can go from disconnect to reconnect, and you don't have to leave your technology at home. It's a digital downsize, not a digital detox. Because you see, when you check email on vacation, it doesn't allow your brain to relax. Studies have shown that it can take up to 3 days for our brains to get into vacation mode. And if you're one of those people that check on Sundays, which I call the Sunday scaries, for the Monday madness, then you only have a few days in between that you're actually letting your brain recharge. And when you check your email and you don't respond, it's the same as responding. It's just now you're doing it twice. Once just in your head and once through your fingers when you get back. Because your brain is subconsciously doing those tasks and solving those problems. I don't use the term barriers. I like guardrails. When I'm driving around the mountains, I want guardrails there. They keep us safe. Think of these tips as guardrails to keep your time, energy, focused, investment, and your relationships safe. Who's ready for tip 1? Block your calendar. It does not matter if your vacation is 6 months from now. Block out the day before you leave. No meetings. That is your day to finish up all of your tasks and send the last-minute emails that do not require a response. Block it out today after we're done. Tip 2, establish device-free zones and activities. Maybe it's when you are on the beach, or when you're at meals, or playing board games. And it also means that your phone that you put face down on the table also has to be out of your sight. Because just seeing our phone, even when it's face down, we're using willpower and discipline not to pick it up. It's calling our names. It's called anticipatory stress, and it doesn't just affect us. Our kids feel anticipatory stress that mom is going to get an email that's going to put her in a bad mood. Our partner is feeling stress that we're going to get a text saying, you have an emergency call tomorrow at 2. Now, you want to establish these device-free zones before you go there, especially setting these expectations with your teenagers. Do not spring it on them at the last minute. When you set expectations ahead of time, you'll get no resistance from your family. Maybe just a little bit, but a little bit less resistance from your family. Tip 3, one phone. I don't mean one phone per family. One phone for your photos. Let's give a break to the poor stranger walking by that you've handed 4 phones to with 4 different passwords to take the identical photo. One phone for most of your photos. And here's going to be the real challenge. Wait until you get home to post your photos onto social media. What? No, yes. Because believe it or not, nobody really cares that you're not in front of the Eiffel Tower when you post the picture, and some of them even have the nerve not to look at our photos until 2 or 3 days later after we posted them. Because when you post them, what do you get? Anticipatory stress. How many people have liked it? How many views do I have? Are there any comments? And we're more concerned about that than the likes and the views of the person sitting next to us on the tour that we're seeing in real life. Bonus tip, because everybody likes a bonus. If you're coming back on Monday, extend your out of office 1 more day. If you work remote, nobody has to know unless you report to somebody that you're really back in the office that day. If you work in an office, you can still work offline. Enable your offline mode in your email. That way, you can respond to all of your emails, get all of your tasks organized, and then on your first real day back, winky winky, you can click work offline again, and then all your emails go out. Because once we've sent that first email, the conversation starts, right? We can never catch up. And this way, you might get caught up in 2 hours instead of 2 weeks. And you don't have to have the Sunday scaries and check the night before you go back to work. So let's recap. First, we're going to block our calendar as soon as we walk out of this room for our vacation, even if it's in October. The day before we leave, no meetings. The day we get back, as out of office. We're going to establish device-free zones or activities, and we're going to agree on these before we go on vacation. We're going to use one phone for our photos, and we're going to post them after we get back. Guardrails are not barriers. Guardrails equal freedom. And if you want more tips like this, we actually created a guide called How to Take a Real Vacation in our hyper-connected world. Because I want you to work well, play more, and reclaim your vacation. Thank you.
My daughter Morgan's out here listening to this. She tells me all the time, Dad, that phone, stay away from it. Stay away from it. But I got to post.